Before we learn more about Java and run any new programs, there are certain absolutely basic Java language features that we need to be aware of. So let's spend a few minutes checking out these features. First one is comments. It is very common to document our code by writing comments. Comments in Java can be expressed in two ways. First one uses double slash. It means ignore rest of the line. It is used to provide single line comments about some code or simply to disable a single line of code. Second one uses block quotes. It means ignore everything between these two symbols, a forward slash followed by an asterisk and an asterisk followed by a forward slash. It is used to provide multi-line comments giving a detailed description of some code. It can also be used to disable large areas of code. In a couple of chapters from now, we will discuss about standard Java coding conventions. There we will look at some recommendations on when and how to use comments. Everything in Java is case sensitive. That is, the variable test in lowercase is different from the variable test that is not in lowercase. Now as for the naming rules, class names, method names and variable names must start with a letter, underscore or a dollar sign. All subsequent characters can once again be letters, underscores or dollar signs. However, additionally we can also use numbers. Java has around 50 reserved keywords which we cannot use. That is, we cannot use them to name our classes or methods or variables. Some of the reserved keywords are shown here. The rest are included in the supplementary notes in the resources section. Now you don't have to by heart all these keywords. By the end of the course, you would be familiar with all of them, and so naturally you would avoid using them. One of the most common statements that you would be writing in any programming language is the print statement, which helps you to print something to the console. It is typically used to evaluate the execution flow of the program or to debug in case of any errors. In Java, we use two variations of print statements. First one is the system.out.println statement. It prints the input string and places the cursor at the beginning of the next line. The second one is the system.out.print statement. It prints the input string and places the cursor after the printed string. Note that there is nothing magical in these two statements. System is simply a class in Java library and out is a variable name of an object created within the system class. And hence you see the dot operator between system and out. Finally, we are invoking either the println or the print method on the object named out. At this time, let's not worry about the actual object that out is named after. Just note that it simply has something to do with printing to the console. Let's now look at a simple demo program that illustrates the above two print statements. The demo program is called Basics Demo and it will be part of the Basics folder which we already created. And in the interest of time, I already created the program and it includes a method called print, which is used for this demonstration. Source code for Basics Demo can be downloaded from the resources section. Okay, let's now hop on to the demo. Okay, here is the Basics Demo class and it is part of the Basics directory. And this class has two methods, a print method and a main method. We know that the program execution starts here with the main method and the main method is invoking the print method. And within the print method, we have a bunch of statements. Some of them are println and some of them are print statements. Okay. And just note that every statement ends with a semicolon. And that's how it is in Java. So let's just go ahead and compile this class and then execute it. And then we can compare the output generated with the print statements that we have here. So we need to be in the basics directory. I'm already there. So let's just compile it. Javac basicsdemo.java. And compiles fine. So let's execute this Java basics demo. And here is the output. Okay, so the first statement says is printing the string inside print. And we can see that here inside print. That's because we are inside the print method. And the inside print string is preceded by two empty lines. And that's because of these symbols here. So this is called as a new line sequence. Backward slash followed by n is a new line sequence. And since we have two new line sequences, we have two lines that are getting printed here. Okay. Now it's a println statement. So we know that the string gets printed and then the cursor is advanced to the next line. That's the definition of println statement. So after the first statement gets executed, the cursor is advanced here to the next line. And then in the second statement, we are printing hello world. Hello world gets printed. And since it's a println statement, cursor is advanced here to the next line. Next, an empty line is printed here. And that's because this println statement that we have here does not take any string as an input. So it's a different println statement. So the previous one was taking a string as an input, and this is a different version of the println method, which does not take any string as an input, and in which case it will print an empty line. Okay. And since it's a println statement, cursor is once again advanced to the next line. And next is a print statement, and it is printing hello world. So hello world gets printed. And since it's a print statement, cursor is advanced to the end of the string, so which would be around here. And the next statement is hello here. So hello followed by comma. And since it's a println statement, cursor is once again advanced to the next line. And the next is a white space. It's printing a white space, but it's a print statement. So first a white space gets printed, which is also a string. And then since it's a print, the cursor is advanced to the end of the string, which would be around here. And then we have the final statement, which is once again a print statement. So it is printing the string world. And then finally, the cursor is advanced to the end of the string. Okay, so it will be around here. And with that, the program ends. Okay. And here you can also notice that there are some comments here in some of these lines. So these are single line comments, as they have these forward slashes here, 2 slashes. So we know that it represents a comment. So we have some comments here. And so that's it. So that's the first method. And going forward, we'll be adding more methods to this class basics demo for our different demos that we are going to do. Sometimes we will be writing code. Sometimes in the interest of time, we will just look at the code that has already been written. So that's just to save some time. But sometimes we actually write the code in the demo itself. Okay. And so that's about it. And you can also go ahead and download this program and write it yourself, and then compile and execute it. Okay. Okay then. Thank you and happy coding.